Hello everyone, I'm Samyak. I graduated from IIT Gandhinagar in 2021 and I have been working for 4 years in the BFSI space, spanning insurance and lending primarily. I have been working in product and analytics roles in the past 4 years, building data-driven systems and automation pipelines. While the test prep and the interview prep both are important, but one also needs to remember that the admission process does not discriminately weigh one component over the other. Likewise, there are applicants which may have very high GMAT score, but they do not end up getting an admission. At the same time, there are people who have low GMAT score, but they end up getting admission because their profile is well rounded in the interview process and they are very clear about their career goals.
Hi Samyak, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Hi.
Hi. And first of all, congratulations on your admit to ISB PGP.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It has been a very tough journey of 7-8 months. So really elated on the admit. Yeah.
Excellent, very great. So, Samyak, we'd like to know about your MBA admission journey, about your profile, what you have been involved with, and how did you step onto this MBA path?
Right. So a bit about me. Hello everyone. I'm Samyak. I graduated from IIT Gandhinagar in 2021, and I have been working for 4 years in the BFSI space, spanning insurance and lending primarily. I've been working in product and analytics roles in the past 4 years, building data-driven systems and automation pipelines. And the thing is, in all those 4 years, why I had honed my execution ability, I felt that to transcend into higher roles or senior leadership roles where you require strategic lens, I often found myself lacking the same. And through conversations with several of my peers or my mentors, I understood that an MBA provides a structured foray of education, which can help you into entering those senior leadership position. Hence, I opted for the MBA path. Yeah.
Great. And how has this journey been for you, starting from the test prep phase?
Yeah, so I would say it has been quite tough, given that I was preparing for the entire MBA admission process along with my work that was going on, and I took at least I think 2 to 3 months to prepare for GMAT. I gave my GMAT and then uh, I started looking for MBA admission consultants because while I knew that I can maybe speak to some extent, but I struggled really hard when I was trying to form a narrative, and that was consistent across my professional experience as well. So yeah, it has been a tumultuous journey, but I think it ended up well.
Any
Yes, ma'am.
tips, suggestions, or anything you could share with the other applicants?
Right. So I think one statement that I'd like to share with all the applicants is that uh, that you or the Goal ISB team does not settle for less. Likewise, I remember there were times when I was trying to form narratives which were maybe too generic or maybe that fit well if because I was confident in them. And then you said such narratives will be very very common across all applicants, and this will not make you stand out. And often I was also going for narratives which I thought will be appealing to the admissions committee, which was sort of going the other way around. And I think brutal honesty in feedback was very crucial because you made me understand that you need to be true to yourself in order to you know in order to sell that narrative effectively to the admissions committee. Because if I go the other way around as to what they will like, I will end up saying things which I don't believe in, and that does not work well. So I would say, yeah, brutal honesty and feedback is something that I really, while it was harsh, I'll admit that, but it was really really helpful because it helped me to reflect retrospectively and try to understand what was the larger picture that you were saying, and reiterate on the narrative that way. So yeah, that'd be all.
And let's say people who are starting on this journey now, who are planning for going ahead with the MBA process, how to shortlist schools, how do they go about the timing of the test prep, and how to balance out, the application, interview prep, and everything. How important is the test prep? Any tips that you'd like to share with them?
Right. So I would like to say that while the test prep and the interview prep both are important, but one also needs to remember that the admission process does not discriminately weigh one component over the other. Likewise, there are applicants which may have very high GMAT score, but they do not end up getting an admission. At the same time, there are people who have low GMAT score, but they end up getting admission because their profile is well-rounded in the interview process, and they are very clear about their career goals. So, it's important to treat both the components with equal weightage, but it's also important to understand that if let's suppose that the GMAT does not go well, you need to put that on the back burner and just start working on the interview process, because if you're able to show the admissions committee that you have a clear career goal, and this is how what I've done in the past connects as a narrative right now, and this is how the narrative will go in the future, that will be much more valuable than just a three-digit score which comes in GMAT. So yeah, I think one tip for the applicants would be that try to manage time effectively as much as you can. Likewise, try to start early as soon as possible, because that will give you an idea of as to how much prep do you require for GMAT and for the interview prep as well. And with that in mind, you can effectively give, let's suppose, 3 to 4 months for the GMAT itself, and then again 2 to 3 months for interview prep. But it's imperative that you start early, because otherwise what may happen that if you don't get enough time for preparation, you might end up with a guilt down the line that if I had just more time, I would have my journey would have been much more different than it is right now.
How much does the application and the interview, how much do they connect and how much do they go hand in hand? Is it like you do the application in a silo and then you start considering the interview prep, or should they go hand in hand? What is your thought on that?
Right. So they should go hand in hand, because while you are right, while it may seem that writing an application, that writing essays for particular questions might be much more different than as to what is asked in the interview, but the candidate needs to remember that the interview and the application, they are all formed from a single story bank, right? A single story bank which represents your experiences across the work ex or in the personal life. So if they don't go hand in hand, you may end up contradicting yourself in the interview against the application. Likewise, you may have written that I'm good at something in the application, and then you just end up saying in the interview that while I'm good at this, I was not able to do such and such activities in my work ex. Such contradiction can lead to, I would say, a lack of clarity, right? And lack of clarity is something that admissions committee do not want at all, because you are coming up with some experience, you are coming up to that stage to show that I have this clarity and I want to move ahead. And if such contradictions happen, that just undermines that entire argument. So yeah, I think the application and interview should go absolutely hand in hand. And since they are formed from the same story bank, I think it would be really difficult to contradict them. There were two primary criteria that I was looking for. First was experience, because in my definition, what I've seen is that experienced individuals, since they have seen various cycles of um, various cycles of admission processes, various types of candidates, they'd be able to jot down the basic crux that remains the same irrespective of who the candidate is. And I think that is the mode that experienced admission consultants have. Likewise, because while everyone's story may be different, if the basic crux of or the basic values what ISB looks for is the same, it really helps you to form a narrative surrounding the same. So one is definitely the experience, and second is the track record, because while one may have experience, if they do not have many candidates getting admitted, it's not useful. So yeah, I would say to pick any admission consultant, these two should definitely be a criteria, that is experience and track record. The more experience there is, the more cycles the consultant has seen, and the more they'll be able to jot down ki, this is something that we have tried that does not work. This is something that we know ki, will work for sure. So you can start forming a narrative surrounding the same.
Thank you so much. And all the best for your journey to ISB.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.